Ice Cream Conversation. Ice Cream Conversation. Let's go. Forever on the grind, all day, every day. Ice Cream Convos, always real, they never play. Download the podcast, listen on any day. Why didn't I do this sooner? Only thing you ever say. Xaviera, best host of all time. All of the faithful listeners will say they never lie. Check every story they run, like me with the rhymes. When other shows report anything, it should be a crime. Entertainment news, yeah, I gotta get mine from ICC, and you should be inclined to do the same if you got half a mind. I do co-sign this lady to shine like Frankenstein. Cut it today design. IceCreamCombos.com. Tune in. Yeah. This influence by IceCreamCombos.com.
Welcome to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I'm your host, Xaviera.
And I'm your co-host, coming to you live from the home of the 2023 NFC champs, baby. It's a Philly thing out this bit. What's going on, y'all?
Listen, I thought about you on Sunday night. I said, I hope her ass ain't out there sliding down one of them Crisco oil poles on Broad Street.
Girl, you know damn well I couldn't even climb the rope in gym. Stop playing.
Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, by proxy, the Eagles are supposed to be my team too, because I'm from South Jersey.
There it is. Absolutely.
And the Eagles are our team.
Absolutely.
So,
all day.
Congratulations. I'm going to throw myself in.
Yes. And you got to. You got to. And you know what? Just real fast, like, I haven't, like, this is so weird. You know this, but just to let everybody know, like, I was a diehard. I'm still a fan, but I haven't watched, like, NFL football in probably 5-6 years. So that game was the game because I sat down as a family and we watched it. And it was just so, I'm just so proud of them. I'm just proud of the city. And hold up, I got to give one more shout out. Shout out to New York. Okay. Y'all real ones. You know, they lit up the Empire State Building green, baby. I know a lot of y'all mad because number one, and by the way, we would have never did that shit here. Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
We would have never lit this thing up blue here. Okay,
listen, I'm gonna let you finish, right? But after you finish, I'm gonna let you finish. But I have some questions for y'all. But I ain't gonna step on your moment. Go on.
No, I'm just saying. No, that was my moment right there. Shout out to New York, because like on the serious tip though, like I looked at it like, I guess I'm biased because I'm from Philly, but I'm like, yeah, like finally, like because we've always been looked at as the underdog, like
right.
Yeah, it's time for the world to recognize like this team's been good all year. Everybody kept saying it's a fluke or this and that. No, it's not a fluke. Like it's just a Philly thing. It's just a Philly thing.
So I guess this is the wrong question to ask you, but do you think y'all gonna go all the way with who your competition is and the Super Bowl? Wait, who are you playing? First of all,
Chiefs. That's what makes it interesting, though. But Andy Reid's Chiefs. Remember, Andy Reid was. So it's kind of like I guess you would call it a rival. So. You know, of course we going well away. Okay, it's ours.
All right. You no nervous, no bubble guts in the back.
Not anymore. Look, back in the day, girl, I would have been crying. I'd have been bubble guts. I wouldn't have been able to work nothing. But because I'm not as emotionally attached as I used to be, girl, I used to be a mess. You already know how I used to be. Because I'm confident. I know we got it. So,
well, a few things. I mean, y'all did have Lil Uzi Vert walk out the team.
I'm just saying.
Now, if Meek had walked out the team, I would have been nervous.
Man, listen, that would have.
If Meek Mill walked out the team, I would have been nervous.
True that. You stupid.
Because after he rung that Liberty Bell, them Sixers ain't been the same.
Girl. You ain't never lied.
I'm just saying.
You wrong for that. You just telling it. Look, it's coming from the heart of a Philly fan, so I let it. Yeah, I mean, I let it. But yeah, it was interesting. But you know what's so crazy? Like, also, shout out to San Francisco. God was with y'all because y'all actually decided to start a fight at the link. Child, if them fans could have got to that field. And I thank God for it too, because I don't want to see none of my brothers and sisters go to prison.
Okay. Over an NFL game.
Over sore losers. Yeah, right. The real.
What you doing time for, a dog? Aggravated assault. What you doing time for, a dog? Oh, I was moving them bricks from down south. What you in? What you in for, a dog? The NFC conference. Some smoke dusted up on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen. Like I said, once again, I guess I'm biased. We just different. Like, just like you were talking about the climbing the poles, they didn't bust the scepter.
Oh my God, they fell through the thing. Oh Lord.
Girl, one baby girl was in the whole neck brace smiling, ready to go on the church after. I said, Lord, help us all.
But what is it about? I get being happy and I get the celebration. What I don't get is like
climbing.
Just going stark ass crazy, like climbing up poles, standing on things that can't handle the capacity of the weight. Just
nuts. I just think we lose our minds.
Stuff on fire. The fact that poles had to have Crisco oil rubbed on them prior.
We have to do it, and they still got up. And the crazy part is they still climb. But I shout out to the Ritz though. So every year they usually use the Ritz like as the little thing. I guess you would call it like a tent thing. It's like an awning thing for like a trampoline. Usually after when we win. Child, they thought they was going to bust it this year. They literally had a news report like, the Ritz spent time on, like the Ritz spent extra money so y'all wouldn't tear their shit up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that part. I get it, right? Because you can't control it. But we do need to stop doing that, because then the next morning when people are going to Center City and different parts of the city, now traffic lights are, it's causing problems for folks the next day. So y'all we got to find a different way to celebrate.
All right. So my little last tidbit that I want to add on the back of this for you. With all due respect, because you are my bestest of best friends in the whole life of bestivity, right? Do people in Philly understand or realize that Rocky isn't real?
All right, so listen, let's have no, let me just put that out there. The whole city of Philadelphia does not have that belief. There's a certain section of Philly, like, and not to put my brothers and sisters down in Philly, but like mainly like the South Philadelphia region, right?
Okay.
That's where a lot of the film, that's where most of the scenes you see from the film took place, right?
Okay.
So it's not all of Philly that feel that way, but yes, there are some people that are like, just as much as kids believe that Santa is real, they believe Rocky. And I still have questions about it myself. I mean, I have love for it. Like, I grew up, soon as you hear Eye of the Tiger, like the art music, like there's so many 9th Street. There's so many symbolic things also with Philly and Rocky. I think some people get it. It's like the what's the effect? What is it called when like something didn't happen, but in your mind you believe it totally happened?
Yes, because
the effect or whatever. I think
I kind of watched the game a little bit. And when I say I watched it a little bit, I was sitting in the same room while JB was watching. So, at time to time, I would look up and see what's going on or whatever. And what's crazy is that while the commentators were commentating the game, they kept referencing Rocky. And I was like, y'all know he's not a real person.
I'm telling you, it's that effect. It's like, that it was, what is it called? Go ahead, you keep going. I gotta look that up because it's so funny you said that.
Is Rocky based off of a true story of a fighter out of Philly? Like, why?
I don't think so.
Like, y'all literally put a statue up of a dude that was in the film. That's like
symbolism.
Okay, I ain't mad at the symbolism because what it represents, but it's just literally
something that trick people's minds. I get it. You can't get it. You're like,
it's hilarious to me to hear people reference that man like he wasn't real. I'm like, that's like wherever they film Terminator, if they put a Terminator statue up and just reference the Terminator, it's just. I mean, but again, I'm not mad at the symbolism, but it literally tickled my spirit to hear people. And as soon as Eye of the Tiger is the thrill of the fight, when that song came on, oh my God.
Listen, it's so ill that if you go to any of our professional sports, like a Sixers game, a Flyers game, Phillies, Eagles, you're going to hear Eye of the Tiger. Like, while you're
my goodness.
It's like one of Philly's themes.
That song is lit though.
It is. Soon as you hear them guitars stop playing.
The tiger. All right. Yeah, so congratulations to Karla.
Yes.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Philly stand up
stand up, but I'm gonna need a little bit of y'all to sit down because we do have some breaking news coming in. Some breaking news coming in from the Philadelphia Eagles camp. I am sorry to be the one to have to report that one Mr. Josh Sills has been indicted on rape and kidnapping charges. Let's dig in and find out what's going on. Yeah. Right now, 10 days.
No, I'm telling you right now, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. And I'm going to go hard.
I wonder why that's coming out right there.
Eagles offensive lineman Josh Sills has been indicted on rape and kidnapping charges just 11 days before the Philadelphia Eagles is slated to play the Chiefs in Super Bowl LVII. I don't know what year and all that other stuff it is. According to prosecutors in Ohio, this is an Ohio situation. Wow. The charges stem from an incident that happened in, I guess it's called Guernsey County back on December 5th, 2019. Now, there's some bullshit. Yeah, that's y'all, 2019, y'all waited till this man got ready to go to the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, and it's Super Bowl real quick. Super Bowl 57. Because I know the Roman numeral thing, I think it's 57. Yeah, throw me off too. And it's called the Mandela effect that I was saying about, like, and it was called that because remember there was like a portion of people that believed like Nelson Mandela was dead years ago. In their head, they believed he wasn't. He was still alive, but he was just in prison. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, yeah. This janky.
That is very janky.
This real janky. This real janky. Like the only thing they could have did to make this even more janky was to indict him like the day before the game, and then take him in and have make him turn himself in.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Wild. But yeah, I'll write more about this on Ice Cream Convos because I need to dig into this just a little bit more before I put this man all the way underneath the bus. We'll talk about a way to ruin a celebration.
I know, that's horrible. God,
but if he did it, he get whatever he get, and I'm not mad. Dog, he did it. That timing is impeccable. That time is impeccable. But yeah, so again, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. And yeah, Josh, you got some questions you need to answer. I wonder if the team was aware of this though ahead of time.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I think like, I don't know. I'm not sure. That's an interesting question now.
All right, let's go ahead and
of course keep it under wraps. That's something that they would definitely not want to do. Not now.
No, not now. Let's go ahead and jump into our RIPs and prayer requests before we take our first break. I want to go ahead and extend my prayers and condolences to the family of Ricky Smiley. His son Brandon passed away suddenly at the age of 32. Now, we don't know Brandon's exact cause of death, but what I can tell you after doing some research and, sliding through them Birmingham streets and Birmingham media, I was able to learn that Brandon was found unresponsive at a friend's home. A preliminary autopsy says that there is no sign of foul play or trauma, but the toxicology portion of the autopsy is still being performed or waiting for the results to come back. So at that time, I guess we will have more of a definitive cause of death, but Ricky Smiley is really going through it. He took to social media the other day and just asked people like, stop texting him. He was like, he said that, he received the text messages. And if he doesn't respond, don't text again. Like he's overwhelmed. He's trying to digest, like no one, excuse me. There is a handful of us that knows the pain of, losing a child. I said handful of us, not me. I don't wear those shoes. I haven't walked that mile. Just by the grace of God. But there is a handful of people who do know that pain. So for those of us who don't, we have to be mindful and understanding of what it is to have to process losing a child. So, just be patient And I know sometimes we want to smother people in love and we want to cover them with prayer and with love, especially when we know they're hurting. But at the same time, sometimes it could be too much, you piling on, you know? So just give him time. Give him time. I'm sure once he's ready, he will reach out. He will respond. He will, you know. And sometimes, you know, I saw it with Offset. Not Offset, excuse me, Takeoff. Oh, Lord. I saw it with Takeoff. A lot of y'all want to be connected to the person, the death, or the person, especially if they're a person of notoriety, right? So everyone knows Ricky Smiley. So some of y'all, I literally saw where people were texting Quavo to offer their condolences. And when he responded, they posted the text messages like, finally heard back from my bro. Like,
oh my gosh, that's the ultimate clout chasing. Like, shit in my
okay.
That's horrible.
Okay. That's the point that I'm trying to make right now. So give Ricky a moment. Don't be trying to get your text message that you can post and say that, you reached out to Ricky and he responded. Like, go sit down somewhere and pray for this man and his family.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree. Wow. That's sad.
The Inky Boys, Randy Gonzalez and his handsome little son, who literally had the internet in a chokehold with their cute and amazing little skits and their recreations of reenactments of like classic scenes and films. The father passed away. He was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Sad.
And what's really heartbreaking is after his cancer diagnosis, he eventually went public with it. I think it was April of last year.
Okay.
He said that the doctors told him that he had a life expectancy of 2 years. But if he did chemo, they make a stretch it to 5. And he passed in January.
Yeah.
You know, so just keep his family uplifted in prayer and just covered in love. Cindy Williams lost another piece of my childhood. Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
man,
not Shirley, Jesus.
I know.
I used to love me some goddamn Laverne and Shirley. They was my two favorite white girls.
Yeah, my cousin was like that. I would watch it, like, but it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like sit down like every episode.
Oh, that was me and
never
Cheryl.
missed the episode. Yeah.
Oh, me and Cheryl, Laverne and Shirley all day. And I think I just had the connection because I was like, oh, I got a Cheryl, you know, like Laverne and Shirley. That was our show. So yeah, she passed away at the age of 75 after a brief illness. For those of you who remember Laverne and Shirley, but you always was kind of confused about who's Laverne and who's Shirley. Shirley was like the sandy blonde, I guess. Blonde. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Like a dirty blonde, I guess.
Yeah. Because Laverne was the one with the dark hair. That's Penny Marshall. She was the one with the dark hair. And so, you know, just extending my prayers and condolences to her family as well. Our prayer list. We're going to have to put Jay Leno on the prayer list, Lord Jesus.
Oh, man.
It is time to securely wrap Jay Leno in bubble wrap. Head to toe. It's bubble wrap time. Sorry, Jay. Yeah, we tried to let you kick it long as we could. It is time for you to enter the world of bubble wrap. Literally less than 3 months. I think it was literally 2 months after this man got burned in a car fire. Because, you know, he collects cars. He loves collectible cars. He loves collectible motorcycles. That's his thing. That's his thing. One of the cars, I guess, had some type of gas leak, and then it turned into a fire and burned like half his face. Okay.
That was horrible.
It was horrible. And thank God he escaped the clutches of Freddy Kruegerdom. And then here we go. 2 months later, the man is now recovering from multiple broken bones after a motorcycle accident.
Damn.
But y'all don't understand. This motorcycle accident, the fact that he is only walking away with broken bones in itself is a blessing, because he was riding on an old school motorcycle. He smelled gas. So, of course, he was alarmed because gas led to him getting burnt up the first time. He decided he was going to pull over on the side of the road, right? Or on a side street, like in a little cut.
Okay. He
pulls over onto the side street, not realizing someone had strung wire from one side of the street to the other without flagging it. putting the flags
nuts
without
for
putting
what?
Okay, girl, without putting the flags on it to alert you, because the naked eye not gonna see wire,
right?
Okay, to alert you that a wire has been strung across the street, and Jay Leno went smack into that wire. The wire.
Oh my gosh, he's lucky he didn't die instantly.
He's lucky he didn't get decapitated.
Yeah, that too. So wait, this is like a hang. So this wire was like, was it like a power line that fell, or was it
no?
I'm confused.
It was a. Hold on, let me see if I could pull his quote.
No,
he said it was a wire that was from one side of the street to the other.
I've never seen nothing like that in my life. I guess that's where I'm like confused.
Well, in LA, I expect that kind of nonsense.
That's crazy.
But at least have the flags on it so people can know and see that it is there. Okay, so he said, and mind you, he's 72 years old. Keep that in mind, okay?
Yeah.
He said, so I turned down a side street and cut through a parking lot. Oh, he went through a parking lot. That's it right there. He said, unbeknownst to me, some guy had a wire strung across the parking lot, but no flags hanging from it.
Yeah, that's illegal. That is so sad. And so I say, damn.
It is. He says, so I didn't see it until it was too late. It just clotheslined me and boom, knocked me off the bike. The bike kept going.
Oh my God, of course, because the momentum. That's a shame. Yeah. We really got to pray for him.
Sir, stay in the house. We done with you being outside. We done. But then he had the nerve. Of course, he's a comedian because that's what they do. Mm-hmm. He said that he didn't really want people to know he had that the motorcycle accident. He said, after just getting burned up, you get that one for free. After that, you're Harrison Ford crashing airplanes. You just want to keep your head down. No, you want to keep your head down and keep your tail in the house.
Yo, he's stupid. Yes. He gonna still play, but shout out to him for still having a sense of humor.
Okay. And throwing shots at Harrison Ford at home. How I get in this? Business. How I get in this? But God darn, Jay. So yes. So Jay Leno is sitting at the top of our prayer list this week, along with all the families who, are mourning the passing of loved ones. We also want to keep the Smiley family, the Gonzalez family, and the Williams family uplifted in prayer, as well as the family of Tyre Nichols. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, I want to talk about the Tyre Nichols case, his death. I want to talk about the developments since the last time we talked about it last week. And then we'll get into some other stuff. Some big announcements were made this morning. We are recording on Wednesday morning. And then I have some good news. We'll get to the good news. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. As always, we encourage you to be a part of the show by sharing your thoughts and comments in the comment section wherever you listen to the podcast. And be sure to subscribe and rate the Ice Cream Convos podcast wherever you listen and let others know why you enjoy the show. All right, Karla. So the Tyre Nichols, the death of Tyre Nichols is it's taken a lot out of me. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a culmination of all the other deaths that we have explicitly seen over the past couple years. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like at this point, I'm most disappointed that this particular death was at the hands of other Black men. And, we talked about that last week. Yeah. We talked about the severance, that some officers go through and so on and so forth, as far as being a Black police officer, being a Black man and policing other Black people in their community.
Right.
Since the last time we talked about Tyre Nichols, there have been quite a few developments. First things first, they finally released this body cam footage. Strange the way, and is it just me, or did it feel like the media was hyping up the release of that video like it was a highly anticipated film starring your most Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, Meryl Streep, and Helen Mirren all together. I have never seen so much press and so much buildup for the release of a police body cam video. What are your thoughts on that?
I would have to agree, but I kind of thank them for it, because I mean, I know you know, but I didn't watch George Floyd, so I didn't watch this video. So I'm kind of glad, because it was morning for me. Like, the buildup gave me enough time to be like, okay, maybe I won't. I'm not going to lie. I literally didn't log into anything, I think, for like at least 24 after that. But that's my personal feeling on it. Yes, I agree with you though. I've never seen like a buildup like this one before a video, because we've seen a lot. I mean, I don't want to say a lot and try to downgrade it, but I mean, we've been watching videos like this since 91. What was Rodney King, since VHS.
Exactly.
So I guess that's how I feel. I feel bad because I feel like I don't have a whole lot of to say to it. I don't want to say I'm numb. I just have to protect. Like, I gotta watch like what I digest as far as that type of content. Absolutely.
I wouldn't recommend anyone see the video. I mean, I saw the George Floyd video. I saw, I remember the first time I saw the Rodney King video.
Me too.
And if I had to compare anything, this video felt like the Rodney King video, because Rodney got jumped by a group of police officers who brutally beat him, and Tyre kind of basically went through the same thing. So immediately it kind of puts you in the mind of, it just takes you back to the whole Rodney King thing. Right.
It's so funny you said that, because like, just even though I didn't watch it, like just reading like reading like what to hear you say it, because you actually like seen it. Okay. Because I was like, I didn't know what vibe it was.
Now let me say, I did not see it in its entirety. I saw, unfortunately, of course, I'm in the streets of Twitter, and I'm trying to work and I'm trying to gather, and Twitter will automatically play a video to you if it hit your feed.
Absolutely.
So that's why I saw the amount that I did see, but I literally I had no sound on. I can't do here. I saw probably 30 seconds, and that's all I could do.
Okay.
But immediately that's what it reminded me of. The 5 officers. I think for me, it hurts even worse, because there's something in our mind that makes us feel like when we see police brutality at the hands of white officers on Black people, there's something in our heads that we are preconditioned to be like, oh, I'm not surprised by that. It's almost like, because we know racism exists in the police force, and we know racism exists just period in the world. So for me to see 5 Black men doing that to another Black man that's supposed to like, it broke my heart to see what Tyre went through. But what severed my soul was watching 5 Black men do that to him. If that makes sense.
No, it makes a whole lot of sense. Like, it's so funny you said that, because I feel the same way. And then just to piggyback off of that, another layer that adds to me is like, okay, well, you look at what's going on in our culture, how we kind of kill one another. And one of the solutions is like, okay, instead of killing one another, go to the authorities legally. But then if the guys that I go to are going to kill me because I'm telling them about somebody I'm trying not to kill, like, it's just, it's so sad. Like, it just makes my heart break. It just makes my heart break.
It does. I just literally, when I saw that little 30-second clip, because I was still trying to work. And what I was trying to do was I knew the video was dropping at 7 p.m. I was trying to work and keep myself preoccupied, not to see that kind of stuff.
Right.
And ended up seeing it anyway.
But it's hard for you.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I have to stay in the streets of social media and read headlines and things of that nature. But when that little 30 seconds that I saw, just that little 30 seconds. And of course, the family wanted the video to be shared.
Right.
The family requested that everyone share this video so everyone can see what happened to Tyre. But, and I respect them for that. I'm sorry, I just couldn't. So after that 30 seconds did me in. I had to close my laptop. I played Play-Doh with my grandbaby the rest of the night.
I know, that's right.
We was making little pizzas and all kinds of stuff. Like I literally had to, I don't know. I just, when they say like timeline cleanse, I had to literally try to cleanse my spirit because it just hurt me so bad and then I started thinking about the Tyre's family because I'm like, if this 30 seconds broke me down like this, how in the world does his family feel right now? They knew him. They loved him. They birthed him. They raised him. He was a part of their world. He was a part of their life. He was a part of their hearts and souls. Like, I can't imagine how they feel if 30 seconds will shatter me, knowing that is their loved one.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you want to scorch the whole earth and just come outside on some whoever get it. And for them to stay as put together as they have been able to is nothing but God. Yeah. It's nothing but God. But I think last week when we told you that the 5 officers have been arrested, they have been charged with second-degree murder, but they are all out on bond right now. You see something like that and you're like, bond? But I mean, I understand the judicial system.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yep, exactly. It's unfortunately, that's the way it's set up. You know what I'm saying?
Bond? Okay. Yeah. So since then, a 6th officer has been fired. There was one Mr. Preston Hemphill. And Preston was the white officer who initially tased Tyre.
Okay.
Now, what's interesting about this is this officer was not fired or his identity was not released. His involvement in the case was not mentioned publicly at all, or his involvement in Tyre's arrest or the brutality Tyre suffered. None of this came to light until the body cam videos came out and you saw and you heard him.
You can't hide it now.
You can't hide it now. Because y'all literally hid him. You call it whatever you want.
Truth gonna always come to light.
Always gonna come to light. Y'all hid him.
Especially now. Yeah, that was a disgrace.
Y'all literally hid.
Got a lot of explaining to do.
Okay.
A lot of it.
So then there's that. Then 2 Memphis Fire Department EMTs and a lieutenant were recently fired from the Memphis Fire Department. Now, the 2 EMTs and the lieutenant, they received the call of someone being pepper sprayed. They arrive at the scene. The 2 EMTs get out the fire truck. They approach the situation. They never properly assessed Tyre. Never checked on him. By the time they got there, the police had propped Tyre up against a car sitting on the ground, still handcuffed. He's basically slumped over. Every time he slumps over, they sit him back up. Y'all do not assess Tyre at all. Y'all went over to the police officers, kick it with them, find out whatever version of the story they want to give you, right? Yeah. And then y'all like, oh, okay, well, we'll just call an ambulance.
Yeah.
And then an ambulance comes and, they rush Tyre off to the hospital. Sis lieutenant, she's like, it's cold. I ain't even getting out the car.
Yeah, that's the part I'm more disgusted at than anything. Cause like just formally, like just being in healthcare, it's just, that's disgusting. But what I will say is like, and I'm not making excuses. Like when those type of scenes happen, if you notice, cops are going to be cops, right? Even to EMTs and firemen. So they're going to take charge. They're going to tell you what to do. This is my scene. So I'm not making excuses, but you're going to hear a lot of that stuff come out, I believe, when it like during trial and stuff. Like, I'm not saying that I don't think they purposely sat. I'm not saying all of them are not saying that in my heart, I don't believe they just sat back. I believe they were demanded not to do things.
It would make sense. I mean, it's not hard to believe.
You see those scenes,
it's not hard to believe. That's not hard to believe. That scenario that you just presented is not hard to believe. These 5 dudes just got done beating the life out of somebody and had themselves on dash cam. I keep wanting to say dash cam, body cam. I did hear, and it's because someone posted it on Instagram and it got me again. but the officers was tying up his shoes and said that shit was fun.
Wow.
He was like, that shit was fun. And
that's so sad.
And White Mike, Mr. Preston Hemphill, he was caught on body cam saying, I hope they beat his ass.
Wow.
So,
and you know what? It's so sad, like, because you hear this, you see this, you see this, you see this. You feel like a lot of it is similar to things that we heard before.
Mm-hmm.
And you just had this feeling in you that's just like,
we already know how this story going to end.
Yeah. And I hope it doesn't. And just to give a little side without exposing too much, you know, I have people that are close to me that were former officers or police officers, and not on a bad note, but one of them actually said to me years ago, like, we hate when someone run, like they hate for someone to run from them or give any kind of resistance. And I'm not saying that, that's what is supposed to happen, but you know, it's like anything else. How dare you run, or how dare you not do what I tell? It's a rage, and it's something like they got to break up that blue wall. Like I don't know what we're going to do, but it's just,
you know, someone
normal.
else pointed out that I was reading tweets and, you know, like reactions people had, and someone pointed out something that I was like, and it might seem so obvious to y'all, but sometimes, you know, my brain be on, I don't know what type of time my brain be on sometimes, but someone pointed out, they said the new hustle, or the new tactic is what I'm gonna call it. The new tactic of officers is to keep repeating, stop resisting while they're abusing you.
Oh yeah.
For dash cam, for Lord, dash, do I need a dash cam, Jesus? What's going on? For body cam purposes, right?
Right.
So if I'm an officer and I'm on top of you and I'm basically punching you, stop resisting.
Right.
Bruh, a lot of times you will literally hear the victim like, I'm not resisting. Yeah, right. But that's their thing. Like, stop resisting.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You got to remember, they're not used to body cams either. This is what's trained in them. Stop resisting while they're kicking your ass. But they forget that the cameras are on them now. So it's like one of those things like, oh shit. Because we can visually see.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh. So Tyre was laid to rest, I believe, yesterday. Al Sharpton spoke at, eulogized him, spoke at the service. Over $1 million has been raised through a GoFundMe to support the family in their fight for justice. But it's just, I did read a statement, and I forgot who released the statement. I don't know if it was a police chief, a fire chief, Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know. Somebody had released a statement, and they basically said for the public to please remain patient, allow the investigations to complete, like a thorough investigation. More charges will be coming, yada, yada, yada. The, due process, and all that other good stuff.
Yeah.
I said to JB the other day, and I'm pretty sure you can give me a valid reason, because again, I tell you, I don't know what type of time my brain be on, but I just told him, I was like, why did we as the public need to even see the Tyre Nichols body cam video? I understand the whole, in an effort of transparency. I understand the transparency aspect of it, but showing it to me, I'm going to say me, showing it to me, what can I do to change the situation other than just protest?
So is this this question is like for the media or for the family? Like, as far as the video,
just release, I guess for me, my thought process, and probably because I was just so upset by what I saw, I'm just like, why do we need to see it? It's almost like,
no, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, is your question to like, why does the media have to put it out there, or why should, because the family wanted it out, right?
I guess, like, just why was it? I guess I feel like, why does the public, like, why did y'all present this to us, the public?
Because they felt like they want to prepare everyone for what they're ready to see. I think.
No. I mean, I understand like the leading up and stuff. I'm talking about the actual video. Like,
Right.
why did that need to be released publicly? Because all it does is hurt us, right? It hurts us. We see it's more trauma up for us seeing another Black man being literally beaten to death.
Right.
But we as the public can't do any, like, I don't have the ability to charge officers. I don't have the ability to lock them up. I don't have the ability to fire people from their jobs. I don't have the ability to hold people accountable. That, like, I feel like the most I can do is protest and share my outrage, you know.
That's the key word. You just said it, outrage. I guess I was misunderstanding what you were saying, but like, to me, I feel like they do it because it creates emotion. It can create rage. It creates like division. That's the only thing I can say. But I guess if the family wanted it out there.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, I guess for transparency.
So I guess that's why they did it. I
understand the transparency part of it, but I guess it just makes me feel helpless when I see those things.
Right.
It makes me feel helpless. Like, it makes, like, I can't go and get justice for Tyre's family. I can't go.
No, it creates an emotion though inside of you. It's either going to give you rage or it's going to give you pity, or I feel like it's used to create emotion.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only thing that I can. You're either going to feel angry about it, or because that's the only things that you can. I mean, there are things you for indirectly can do, but that who's to say that's going to work?
Well, then
you can write legislators, you could do all kinds of, but I don't think that's their angle. I think they do it to create some type of emotion.
But
most
yeah,
and then be angry, or they're going to feel depressed, or they're going to feel sad.
I guess going back to the transparency thing, if they didn't release the body cam, then we would feel like they were trying to hide something. So I don't know. It's just when you see things like that.
Yeah, because that's what we asked for. We kind of asked for it. That's another thing we have to realize. Remember, we begged for body cams after. I can't even remember who died. Yeah. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, here, this is what you asked for. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Mm. It's real tricky.
It is. But just please keep the Tyre's family. I want to say the Nichols family, but I think his parents have a different last name. But just keep Tyre's family uplifted in prayer. I hope this. I don't know. Now the rumors are starting. I'm not going to share any of the rumors on the podcast. I'm going to talk to you about that in private. But now the rumors are starting. But I did hear something yesterday that made so much sense.
Yeah.
To the point where
I hope it's not true.
Okay, so you heard it already.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope that's
it makes a lot of sense. I think a press conference was held yesterday. Benjamin Crump. 2 other men have come forward and said that one of the officers pulled guns on them. One of the 5 officers who brutally beat Tyre Nichols. But I mean, no surprises here.
Yeah.
Y'all said that was fun. Y'all beat a man within inches of his life, and then he literally died from what y'all did to him, and y'all said it was fun. So
crazy.
You know, I've gotten to the point now where, like, I just literally be leaning on the belief that people who do things like this and people who do other egregious things, that, you know, whether or not they get their just due here on earth, that they're just going to bust hell wide open.
I know that's right. Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing or thought that can possibly bring me comfort sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, especially when people get away with things, you know, that are so egregious. But let's go ahead and take a break. I feel like we just need to cleanse our hearts and our souls. And again, just I will provide updates as they become available, and, you know, in connection to this case, just keeping the family uplifted in prayer. My prayer is that every single person, I don't care how much of a role you played. I don't care if you played an inch of a role or 3,000 miles of a role in what happened to Tyre Nichols. I need every single head to roll.
For
every
real.
last one of them.
From top to bottom.
From top to bottom, from left to right, to front to back, from the rooter to the tutor. I need every single person that had a hand in this in any way, shape, or form. To literally, because the fact that he got pulled over for reckless driving, the fact that he wasn't even reckless driving really, really leads me to believe that the rumor that I heard the other day has some substance to it.
Yeah, it's messed up.
And if that really is the case, it's like, just a quick sidebar before we go to a break. JB and I, we were talking the other day about charges. We were riding in the car. We were talking about charges. And one thing that Black folks love to holler out is, why second degree? It should be first degree murder. We love to holler out first degree murder.
Yeah, because we don't understand the law.
And because we don't understand the law. We love to holler first degree murder for everything.
We do.
Because we know first degree murder is the highest of charges, but it's the hardest charge to prove in a court of law unless the circumstances are just open and shut.
Right.
And I think a lot of us need to understand what first degree murder is. It's premeditation.
Yeah.
And sometimes in particular cases, it's hard to prove premeditation. Now, if the rumor that we heard the other day is true,
that's even tricky.
That's even tricky, but
that's very,
like we would need Johnny Cochran to come back on this.
Right.
And he was a defense attorney.
Yeah.
He was the defense, but we would need him to flip sides and be the prosecution, because it would be so tricky that only Johnny, I only feel like I only have faith in Johnny to pull that off.
Straight up.
I only have faith in Johnny Cochran to pull that off. But, first degree murder is always linked to premeditation. And sometimes premeditation is hard to prove. If you and someone get into a fight and the fight escalates to the point of you grabbing a gun and shooting that person and killing that person, that is not first degree murder, because you could say that the person hadn't even intended on fighting that day.
Yeah.
If that same person the very next day gets in their car and drive to their opponent's job,
right.
Ask the front lady, hey, is such and such here today? Yes, he is. And then they walk up and shoot him at point blank range. That is premeditation, because you got up that morning, got your gun, got in your car, drove to his job, asked the front lady for his name, and walked up to him and killed him in cold blood. Yes. That is first degree murder.
Absolutely.
So
all day.
I just need us to be more knowledgeable. And I got a lot of nerve talking about how slow my brain be, and have the nerve talk about we need to be more knowledgeable. But I be knowing some stuff.
Before your ass go out here and do something crazy too, like it's just funny to me that the criminals like do things and don't
understand the law.
Yeah. There's a lot of police that don't know the law either. A lot of people automatically thinks that police know the law.
No, they don't.
They only go to academy for a few months. Like, how much law? Mind you, lawyers go to school for 4 to 6 years. So
how about that? And speaking of a lawyer, y'all guy, y'all favorite little tell the hip hop stuff attorney.
Who? Mo Ganga?
Work for
whatever. I just know his real name. I don't know what
and what's his real name?
Mo Ganga.
Wow. Okay. Shout out to you for saying that like so fluently though.
Only because I've seen interviews before he got like where he's at big now. He used to go, I'm not giving anybody a shout out, but I've seen a couple interviews on another podcast.
Okay. Well, I was just sliding through Twitter, Instagram, and I saw where he was like, I lost a case yesterday. And I was like, oh, okay. And just kept on going.
Right.
I just kept on going because sometimes his stuff can be real biased. So I just kept on going.
Yeah, he's a defense guy. So,
he is team defense.
Yes.
All right. So let's go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, I want to talk about some major announcements that were made today. And we're going to get into some good news and some TV talk. And we got some movie scoop, some exciting news in movies. Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. We hope you are enjoying thus far, but be sure to be a part of the show by dropping down in the comment section wherever you listen to the podcast and share your thoughts and comments on today's topics. And always remember, you can get more scoop on any topic that we discuss on today's podcast by visiting icecreamconvos.com, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is not a drill. Beyonce has announced the dates for the Renaissance World Tour.
I love it. I love that intro.
Thank you. I should have grabbed the microphone because I could
You should have. Where's she been? Yeah, I just noticed that.
Hey, girl, hold on. Pumpkin had got mad at me for using her microphone all the time. So
she like, yo, I need you to put my. You would need to ask for permission to use my equipment.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. I gotta find the right mode though. Let me see.
Professional mode. Pop mode.
Testing 1, 2. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Beyoncé has announced the Renaissance World Tour dates coming to a city near you. Oh yes, Beehive. This is not a drill. It's going down. I need all you alien superstars and church girls to hit Ticketmaster. The time is right. Grab your life savings, your EBT cards, your tax returns, because B is coming for your bread. It's go time, people. This is not a drill. Yeah,
you just made me start thinking about something though too. I didn't think about before yet. That it is tax time, the timing of that. Do you think that has something to do? Like, I wonder about that.
Listen, a number of things. Someone pointed out that Beyonce thinks she's slick because she always announces her world tours at tax time. So y'all have y'all low income tax refunds, y'all earn income credit and all that stuff, and turn around and go instead of paying off your debt or getting ahead.
Yes.
Or because black folks, our only goal in life sometimes is just to get ahead instead of trying to get ahead and get out of debt. Y'all go buy these tickets to go see Beyonce, shake a tail feather. Yes. And someone else, well, to me, I noticed that she made the announcement on the first day of Black History Month. So that's what I noticed.
Okay.
But someone brought to my attention, and not that I'm trying to start no mess, but this was said to me that this announcement on the first day of Black History Month, 11 days before the Super Bowl, was just another strategic move by Beyonce to step on Rihanna's big moment.
Oh,
yeah.
That sounds like what it really is. I damn.
You said, oh, that sounds like what it really is.
No. I think that's what I think that might be it. I'm serious. Wow. Shout out to who that. Damn, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't think about it either. I was just like, wait.
That's such a
wait.
Yeah.
Oh, because see, it could have been Black History Month, Rihanna's Black History Month.
Yep. Wow.
So I don't know. Like, I just feel like I don't know. But my thing is, like, I don't want to be on my Stephen A. Smith because I love both of them. But Rihanna is my Rihanna is my
that's
heart.
My baby.
You said that's my baby.
That's my baby.
Yeah, that's my that's my heart.
That. I like them both too, but
you're
saying that's her. This is her time to shine.
Yeah, okay. Riri is my baby. Like, I can go in my Instagram right now and DM Rihanna and get a response.
Yes.
Like, that's my baby. Okay. So with that being said, it's just I felt like I sound like Jason Lee right there, didn't I? Because Jason Lee, you hang around Jason Lee long enough, you gonna step on somebody's name that he dropped on. But no, I'm just telling y'all why I have a special place with Rihanna.
Yes.
But anywho, just congratulations to Beyonce. I was looking at her tour schedule and I was like, Lord, what kind of bionic woman did you make? First of all, she is a mother of 3 and a wife, right?
Yes.
And Beyonce ain't no spring chicken no more, but she is in tip top shape is what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
But this child, her tour starts in May and it goes through to September 27th. And she is going from city to town, from country to country. And she, not only is she doing that, she is singing and dancing.
Right. That's
like,
so
girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
shout out to her.
Straight.
Ain't too many artists that can do that. And I mean, male or female.
Oh, I hadn't planned on going, but I just might have to go just to be like, okay, I might have to
slide through.
I might have to slide through. I could sit way in the back. I'll let y'all Beehive people be up in the front. I'm gonna sit way in the back because I only want to pay $20 for my ticket, so I'll probably be sitting in the parking lot.
Man. Get your lawn chair.
Okay, get my lawn chair.
Get your little camper chairs or whatever.
Oh my gosh. Because at this point, I think it'd be cheaper to rent an RV than
you might as well go on it. If you're going to go, you can't. You got to do it right.
Yeah, I guess. But God, just the pressure. Because see, I want to take Destiny to see SZA. Y'all, first of all,
Yes.
I can understand what SZA's saying now in her music. Boom. Y'all can't. Is you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. I can understand what SZA is saying.
Nice.
In her music. Thanks to my
congratulations.
Thank you. I found out the secret is you just have to keep listening to the songs. It's almost like another language, right? You know, when you go to another place in another language and you're like, man, I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds fire, right? And then they keep talking. And the longer you stay and the longer you listen, after a while, you understand the language. You feel me?
I agree.
And that's what happened with me and SZA.
I agree. There it is.
Kill Bill came on the radio and I was singing the words. My husband looked at me.
Going off.
I said, I understand what she's saying now. He was like, oh, word? I was like, I do. So I want to take Destiny to see SZA in concert because that's where we meet, right? Yes. That's where we meet. We meet at SZA. She loves SZA and I'm SZA growing on me every day. And that's where we meet. But girl, her concert tickets have sold out so fast because SOS, you know, is like 7 weeks at the top of the Billboard 200. Like SZA is out here breaking records with this album.
She really is.
Okay, so the tickets sold faster than Amber Rose's coochie at an after party, right? And so the resellers got it now. And in order for me to take my baby to see SZA, I'm going to pay $800.
Damn.
To see SZA.
Yeah.
And sheesh. I mean, we have a connection now because I can understand what she's saying, but dog, it's not an $800 connection. Now when I can listen to her for free in the car, you feel me? You smell me. Like, nah, dog. Nah, me and Destiny can create other memories together that are less expensive
I don't know
than
about
that. So I was like, God darn. So, but yeah, so the tickets for Beyonce's tour are not on sale just yet. It says soon. So of course, everyone is on high alert. But yeah, she's coming to a city near you. Visit icecreamconvos.com where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news to find out when she coming to your town or a town near your town, depending on where you live. But she coming. She is coming. Speaking of coming and going, though, listen, Tom Brady's going. Beyonce coming and Tom going.
Yeah, it's time.
Tom Brady done got in the streets of Quinta Brunson's internet and announced that he is retiring from the NFL again. But this time he promised he for real.
Oh my gosh. We've seen this before though. We've seen this show before.
We know how this song go.
Players. Yeah.
We know how this song go.
We beat him up, but we got to remember we've had other athletes do the same thing. One of the greatest athletes of all time, Jordan, did it.
Listen, and when he came back,
it was different though.
But when he was playing with the Hornets?
Oh no, that's afterwards. That's the second, because you know when he first came back, he got championships, and then
no, I'm talking about the sad Michael Jordan crying meme when he was playing with the Wizards. That's when the crying meme.
I feel like Brett Favre did it. It's a couple athletes I feel like retired, came back, and then finally had to hang it up. Realized they just couldn't do it no more.
But even in music, remember all them times Jay-Z lied and said he was retiring?
True that.
And sold out them shows.
Yeah.
Sold out them albums.
It goes on all over. Yeah.
Remember when Kevin Hart lied and said that stadium tour that we all went to together was going to be his last? Okay.
True that. So it goes
y'all
on.
Need to stop lying. I'm not falling for the retirement trick no more.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, the old retirement trick. You got me with that one the first time.
But Tom Brady, it's time. Like Tom Brady, it was time the first time, but he definitely.
Let me tell you, like, hold on. I got some advice for Tom. Tom, come here. Because I know you listen to the podcast. Here's what I need you to do. Now, I saw you sitting out there on that beach by yourself with the wind blowing through your hair and your skin looked a little bit pale, but I know it was early in the morning. But hear me out. What you need to do is go to Apple Music and make a playlist of all the hottest. And I'm talking about the hottest and most classic 90s R&B slow jams.
Yes. Make
you a mixtape and send that shit to Giselle and tell her to come home. Baby, come back. Oh.
Baby, you wrong back. For that. Nah, you wrong.
I would like to recommend that you add like some Keith Sweat. Specifically, I'll give all my love to you, because in the song he says, I will never do anything to hurt you. So you need to go ahead and get Keith Sweat, You need to have some baby face. Soon as I get home from work, tell Giselle, I don't even have no job no more. So I'll pay your rent. I'll buy your clothes. You need to get your lady back.
Yeah,
get your family and your lady back because you lost them because you wanted that football.
Yep.
And you still didn't get what you was after. You wanted another ring. It didn't happen.
And like you're going down as the greatest quarterback of all time. Like, give it up. Give it up.
Let's give it up. Turn it loose. Okay. Tom, go get your lady. Keith Sweat and Babyface. A little bit of Jodeci. It's been an hour since you've been gone. Some Jodeci too. Cry for You is the song, Tom, because I'm not sure if you know these titles. But Cry for You, Jodeci.
Stupid.
Get your lady back. Get your lady back, dog. Get your lady back. All right. So let's hop into some TV news. I am so excited to tell you we are now in the good news portion. Talk about some good news. Snowfall star Angela Lewis is expecting her second child. She is pregnant. Aww. So congratulations to Angela Lewis. For those of you who love Snowfall, but like, who Angela Lewis? Aunt Louie, y'all. Aunt Louie.
Yes.
Aunt Louie. So she gave the news to Essence Magazine, an exclusive, but she talked about how she suffered some miscarriages. And then she literally had to prepare her vessel. Like, I love deep people. Like, she was like, she had to prepare her vessel, and she became a vegan and she started meditating and all of that. Okay. And she made a great point. She said that before babies come into our wombs, they are in the spirit realm. And if you're not connected spiritually, like sometimes you have to connect spiritually to your higher self in order to allow the spirit of the baby to flow through. Am I getting
wow? No, I love that. That's so deep. Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense.
It does. It does. And I love her. She's just a sweetheart. And so congratulations to her. Speaking of babies and some more good news, conjoined twins have been successfully separated. Amy Lynn and Jamie Lynn, twins, they're conjoined twins out of Texas. They were successfully separated after an 11-hour historic surgery. Wow. So they were connected from the chest bone down to, I want to say maybe their belly button, maybe from their chest bone.
Wow, successfully. That's huge.
It is. And I was like, conjoined twins, remember when we were younger? I don't know if you remember, but there were sisters. They were conjoined twins, and they were connected almost at the top of their heads. Do you remember them?
Yeah,
they had curly hair.
And one that had been connected at the head.
Yes, but remember they were connected literally at the top of their head, and they were like this. But back in the day, they did all the talk show circuits. They did the Phil Donahues and the Sally Jesse Raphaels and all. You remember that little hot circuit? They were on all those shows.
Right, got you. Okay.
Then there was a second pair of conjoined twins that came along that some of maybe the group of people after us that came after us may remember. They were the two sisters. They shared one body and had two heads side by side.
Gotcha.
You remember them?
Yeah.
Okay. So but I just remember the very first pair of conjoined twins I ever saw were the two sisters that were connected
on
at
the
the
show. Yeah. It's amazing too. You know what? What hospital that was that separated them?
I can find out.
Shout out to them. Because
it's a children's hospital in Texas, but
deserve a lot of credit because it's amazing, that they're able to do that because so many conjoined twins, passed away.
Yeah, or they had
surgery or.
Yeah, I think the baby girl shared a liver. I think they did share a liver.
Okay. And that's when it comes tricky when they share organs. That's why most of them are not successful.
Yes. So the surgery was done at Cook Children's Medical Center. And and the surgery was done by wait, let me see. I want to tell you how many surgeons were a part of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing. I love to hear stories like that.
Okay. So for the first time in Cook Children's Medical Center's 105-year history, a team of 25 medical professionals, including 6 surgeons, successfully separated the conjoined twins. Now, here's the funny thing. So the parents gave a little bit about about the personalities of Jamie Lynn and Amy Lynn. So dad says that Jamie Lynn is the spunky one and Amy Lynn is always laid back. Okay. So an anesthesiologist named Chandra Reynolds, she confirmed it because she said even on the way to surgery, when she was, taking the girls into surgery, Amy Lynn fell asleep and Jamie Lynn slapped her in the face on their way to surgery. Jamie Lynn was like,
that's so cute.
Girl, it's
that
about
is
to
too
go
cute.
down.
Yes, that is so adorable. Though.
Like it's up and stuck. Like you got to wake up. You got to miss all this. So so that was really cute. A really cute story I wanted to share about the twins. And in our last segment for good news, I want to give. It was important for me. I feel like with Ice Cream Convos, a large majority of the time, it is bad news. Let's just call it what it is. A large majority of the time, celebrity news is bad news. Entertainment news, most of the time, a lot of times, if it's not a TV show or a movie, it's bad news.
Yeah, true.
So I want to try to purposefully start implementing or sharing more good news. And so when I saw this, I was so excited to share it. And y'all did not give a god darn about it. And I said, see, we are a culture and a community that don't really care about good news. But shout out to
society, I think.
Yeah, but shout out to Young Dro. Young Dro launched an anti-gun violence initiative called Guns Down for Atlanta youth. Because girl, if you've been watching Atlanta news, try to be popping children every day around here.
Yeah.
Popping children every day.
Shout out to him
around here. And he said he was a victim of gun violence himself. And he feels like because a lot of children are aware of him and who he is, he can use his celebrity and the fact that he's a rapper, because, kids love rappers. He can use those things to reach out to them. And he said he wanted to create a situation where the kids can speak out, the kids can talk, because a lot of times we're talking at them. Listen to them, find out what's going on in their world. Absolutely. Why do they feel like they need a gun? Why did they want to shoot Lil Ray Ray down the street? Talk to them. And so he's bringing in OGs as well to hear the children out and have some real dialogue with them. And I think that's a fantastic, honorable thing for him to do. And I'm really proud of him for that.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm glad to hear something like that. It's a great way to give back, especially with his history and stuff. It's
absolutely. He's got his own challenges with substance abuse and things of that nature. So for him to really, really be taking the reins like this to give back to Atlanta, that is awesome.
That is.
All right. So before we go into break, I need to tell y'all a story. And this story is so inappropriate, but we talk about children and youth and violence, but I got to tell y'all this story. So we went to pick Destiny up from school the other day. And I always observe, the school. She goes to a school of the arts, but the school of the arts is also connected to a regular high school. So while the school of the arts children are on one side of the building, you got the community children on the other side. And the community children be tending to act real community-ish, right? So we pull up to the school, and the first thing as a mother, your radar goes off when you know that something is imminent. And so there were 2 girls, and all I saw was somebody squaring up. So I was like, oh, they finna fight. So I'm all like, oh, Jay, they finna fight. So we looking. So I'm like, are they SUDA students? Because if they're getting ready to fight, they shouldn't be in the school of the arts. You know me, I'm acting up. They should not be allowed to be in the school of the arts if they're out here fighting. So I'm like, he's like, nah, they not school of the arts kids. They not. He was like, look at them. They not school of the arts kids. I'm like, no. I was like, you can't just judge a book by a cover, but they shouldn't be out here. So the girls, so basically it was 2 girls. One, I'm gonna call her Lil Mama because she was like giving like Latina, like Afro Latina. She wanted to fight real bad. And then the other, and her little friend was like, she was giving city girls, like she wanted her friend to fight real bad. The other girl she looked like more of a like self-defense. And I'm making assumptions here because I don't know what's going on. But her body language was given self-defense.
Okay.
And her friend, she had a friend. And for a minute, it took me a minute to figure out this girl's a parent or if she's just, you know, her hormones kicked in early. So she had a scarf on her head. So she's steady pushing the friend. Basically, the way we was in Walmart when I was about to fight in Walmart. She was basically pushing her away from, like pushing her back into the school, right? And every time she would push her back into the school, Lil Mama, city girl, will open up the door to school and tell the girl to come back out. Come back out. So they wanted to fight real bad. The other girl didn't want to fight, not so much, but you could tell she was angry. She was giving more like self-defense. I'm sick and tired of this. Like you keep doing, like, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm tired of you. Leave me alone. So they keep going back and forth. So every time you push the girl into the school, I said the girl was you. Every time you push the girl into the school, the other girls be like, no, come back out. And then the girl eventually comes back out and they argue a little bit more. All right. So that goes on for a little while until finally some staff members come out and get involved. And they tell Lil Mama and her city girl, go on and leave the school grounds. The other girl never came back out to school before we left. So they probably had her inside somewhere, letting her calm down, call her mom, something. But so Destiny gets in the car and I was like, girl, it's almost about to be a fight. And she was like, what? Where? What? So I was like, I don't know if they were soda students or not, blah, blah, blah. She was like, nah, they probably was, you know, the other kids because they be coming to our side. Well, Destiny comes home from school yesterday. I said, let me tell you something. I know that type of energy. They going to fight tomorrow in school. Destiny came home yesterday and was like, it went down. Okay. Now, Destiny, because she's in the school, now what's wild is the soda kids. They don't participate. They don't play in the reindeer games, but they sure watch them. So she pulls up the footage because, you know, of course, anytime something go down, people getting footage, right?
Right.
Child, Lil Mama got her ass molly-whopped in that school yesterday. And listen, I am not relishing in the demise of nobody's child. But the way I watched that girl behave the day before, so here's what. So based off the footage that I saw, let me let y'all know how it went down. So it appears that the girl who didn't want beef, right? The one that was sick and tired. It looks like City Girl started fighting her. Okay. They was fighting right in front of the doors, like doors to go outside the school. So City Girl her back is against the door and she fighting, I'm sick of y'all. Okay. So she's fighting, I'm sick of y'all. Well, Lil Mama runs up behind, I'm sick of y'all, and sneaks her from the back. Okay. That is when, give me a good duo. Give me a good duo. That's when Laverne and Shirley, because Laverne was the friend that was like pushing, I'm sick of y'all inside the school. Apparently, Laverne got a twin sister named Shirley because them chicks look just alike. Okay. When they saw Lil Mama run up and sneak, I'm tired of y'all from the back, Laverne and Shirley grabbed Lil Mama. And I don't condone jumping people. That's one thing I ain't about that. Like, shoot a fair one with me. But they wore Lil Mama ass. Oh, girl.
She brought it on herself, though. You know?
She brought it on herself. And I said, Lord, it has been so long since I literally saw somebody so immediately what they reaped.
Yeah.
Like reaped immediately what they sowed.
Yeah.
They wore Little Mama out. What they were out. I told Destiny, I said, that girl going to sleep on her back tonight. They were.
That's why you gotta watch what you put out here, man.
Listen,
they don't know that they still young.
Y'all talk to your children. Yeah. Y'all talk to y'all friends, because some of y'all grown women out here acting like this. Listen,
for real.
You got to know when to hold them. And know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Because while I did not agree with the fact that Laverne and Shirley jumped Lil Mama and City Girl was jumping, I'm sick of y'all, before Laverne and Shirley jumped into it.
Yeah. That's a mess. Meanwhile, you're supposed to be there to learn.
Supposed to be there to learn.
Crazy.
I said, wow. So I just had to share that.
We got to guide them better, y'all. We got to guide this shit.
Yeah, we do. We got to get them.
For real.
We got to get them. The one thing I will say that I could pull a positive out of all this nonsense that happened in this fight was that they used their fists. You use your fist, you live to fight another day.
That's right. For real.
You live to fight another day.
True that.
So
true that.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a break after I'm telling you all these high school fight stories. Let's go ahead and take a break. And when I come back, we're going to talk some TV and some movies. We're going to tell you which two R&B groups have joined forces for a reality TV show that is going to be a hot get a popcorn and a cold pop mess. We're going to tell you who got fired. We're going to tell you who got hired. And we're going to tell you who he fine too. We about to tell you who is about to join a very popular TV show. All right, so we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, ICC friends, we are back. We always encourage you to be a part of the show by dropping down in the comments below and letting us know why. Well, you can let us know why you listen to the show, but you can let us know your thoughts and stuff on today's topics. I don't know where I was going with that. I had two thoughts jump in my head at the same time. But
you good.
Yeah. So anyway, SWV and Escape are joining forces.
Oh man,
for their own reality TV show on Bravo.
How's that going to work?
It's going to be a hot mess. The teaser trailer dropped yesterday. It's called The Queens of R&B. So if you have not seen this trailer, pause this podcast, go to icecreamconvos.com where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news, and watch this trailer and get your life.
Mess. Yes, for real.
So in the trailer, it shows SWV and Escape beefing over who going to headline a show they have. Then it shows Escape imploding, with their beef with Latasha.
They have their own internal shit. That's what I'm saying. That's going to be.
Then it takes it a step further and have Tamika and Latasha. And then Latasha got her husband involved. And it is just a hot.
Yes.
Listen, I'm going to have some
hot mess.
What is it called? What is it called? What's the smart pop?
Smart food. Yeah.
Smart food.
Oh, smart food. I thought you talking like the smart pop.
That too. Yep, the skinny popcorn. I'm gonna have that too. And I will be on time for this. The show is set to premiere, I believe, March 10th on Bravo. But just go to icecreamconvos.com and watch that trailer and get all the scoop about when it's premiering and all that other good stuff. Congratulations to Tamar Braxton. She is the new host of Dish Nation. She is a new permanent host. Okay. And she will be joining the Brat, Head Crack, and Gary with the T, and Jesse Wu, and Tanner Thomas, on Dish Nation. Dish Nation ain't really been my thing. You watch it? Oh, okay. Your face was like, I thought you meant dish detergent. Don't know about no dish. You talking about the thing you put inside of your house?
No offense. Like, shout out to everybody. It's just not my thing.
It ain't my thing. It ain't my thing. No. Just for all the Netflix lovers out there, I have released our 13 great shows and movies to watch on Netflix this February. Nice. And it got some pretty good offerings. I'm most excited about the return of You. Okay. So shout out to Joe Goldberg. He will be back to stalk the next unsuspecting woman. So I'm excited about that. So if you are a Netflix fan, then you definitely want to check out our list of what to watch. And Michael Ealy is joining the cast of Power Book 2 Ghost.
Listen, that's gonna make folks subscribe that ain't even subscribed. You hear me? Because I'm one of them.
Somebody in the comments was like, I already know he playing somebody crazy. But surprisingly,
but he's so fine crazy.
Man, listen,
I'm just saying.
So let me tell y'all a little bit about his role. He is going to be playing the role of Detective Don Carter, a rising NYPD officer who was on the track to become police commissioner until his wife was killed in a crossfire between rival drug gangs. So guess what? He's going to be a crazy cop.
Right.
He's going to be a crazy cop upset because his wife was a casualty of a drug war. Yep.
Yes.
He's going to be a crazy cop. So, and shout out to the cast and crew of Power Book to Ghost because they have already received a season 4 renewal and season 3 ain't even premiered yet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Stars know when they got something good over there.
They really do.
Yes. And in movie news, I am excited to tell you that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are re-teaming for Bad Boys 4.
Finally.
Girl, Martin tired. Martin tired. Like, listen, I know Will got the energy of a 4-year-old. Martin tired. When Martin opened up that door and saw Will at his house, he was like, is it time? Yo, you ever see somebody?
Oh my gosh, you're so right though. That is so poor. Shout out to Martin, man.
You ever see somebody that's like, they're doing something that they really don't want to do, but they feel like they have to do it, so they try to pretend they happy about it.
Yeah.
Y'all Martin tired.
I know, but aren't you? But you know what? It's still an exciting.
I enjoy the films.
Right.
I enjoy the films.
You are so right. But
Martin looked tired in the last film.
Yeah, that's true. True that. You got a good point.
Martin tired,
so
y'all.
We can't get too hyped up, but so much about it. We don't expect Bad Boys 1 and 2 from me.
No, don't expect 3. Martin is
your ass dead, bro.
Tired.
Yeah.
If y'all don't believe me, go to icecreamconvos.com right now.
What made them has this been worked on for a while? Like, what made them announce it now? Did they already start working on it?
It's in pre-production. So the script is written. From what I understand, the script is written. Okay. The last director from the last film is coming back. Right. So the ducks are in a row. Okay. I feel like, here's it's a
save your ass. It's a redemption movie for Will too.
Yeah. Because
I'm sorry, that's where you was going. I didn't mean to get
no. I'm glad you took me there because the first film Will had after the slap was Emancipation, where he was a slave. That's not gonna get it. That's not gonna get it. You want to get black folks, you got to give us some good old Mike Lowry and Marcus.
Yes.
You got to give us Mike Lowry.
Yes.
Because let me tell you something. One thing about Will Smith, he be looking so god darn good in them
as Mike.
movies.
Yeah, he does. That's the only time I feel like he looks good. Like, I don't know if it's because he's so goofy and silly to me, like just growing up. Like, but when he got to Mike Lowry, I was like, wait a minute. Like, that's the only time I've ever looked at Will Smith, like been attracted to Will Smith, dead ass serious.
Will be fine when he Mike.
He do.
Because Mike got that BDE.
Yeah.
Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry. Yeah. So So I'm gonna welcome Mike Lowry back. Someone offered the advice for Bad Boys 4. Perhaps him and Martin get promoted to lieutenants and maybe bring in younger cops.
Martin need to be a Martin need to be a superintendent. You know, the big guy that he'll come out. Yes. He only come out for press conference.
No, they need to graduate. Remember the white man that always cussed them out, and the police officer, they always the lieutenant or the something. Oh yeah, the white guy that always be so frustrated with them and be cussing them out because they tearing up his town. Yeah, they need to get promoted to his position and bring in 2 new younger cops and mentor them. Maybe
gonna have to. Yeah. They got
Martin tired, y'all.
They got that stunt double gonna be real.
Martin can't be tackling folks no more. Doing
That's
them.
What I said the stunt guy gotta be this. And please make it believable.
That's the thing.
Not like how when Martin was doing the flips. Girl, remember the stunt double they used Sidebar on a TV show, Martin? When he won the lottery, he called himself back. That was a horrible stunt. That was a horrible.
No, when Mama Payne used to do them flips in the church.
Yes, that too.
Yes, Lord. Nope. No. So while I'm here for Bad Boys 4, give Martin time. Martin is tired. Martin tired, y'all. He tired. You don't believe me? Go look at his face when he opened that door and see Will Smith.
Yeah,
he was like,
it's
time. Will was like, it's time, Marty. What up, Marty?
He do got that I just woke pop up from a nap type of look.
You know when somebody ring your doorbell, come over and you don't feel like having no company? That's how Martin looked when he opened that door and saw Will. Now, if I was in charge of marketing and planning, They should have waited till the first day of Black History Month. But then they would have got eclipsed by Beyonce.
who's trying
to eclipse Rihanna.
Yeah. Child, someone got
and then Tom Brady said, "To hell with all y'all hoes. I'm leaving the NFL." Well, wait, let me tell you how Jennifer Hudson tried to get in on it. Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson tried to get in on smoke too. You know what? I tell y'all every week, if you sit down, be quiet, and pay attention, you see how people be moving.
Yeah, for real.
See it. Wait. I know they didn't drop the trailer for Fast 10 early.
Did they?
No, I see Paul Walker.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So look, so you got Beyonce done announced the tour, right? Okay, first you had Bad Boys 4 announced on the 31st, right? Day before Black History Month. Then Beyonce was like, nah, F Bad Boys 4. The Renaissance tour is coming out. And then Tom Brady was like, the F all y'all, including Rihanna in this Super Bowl, because I'm leaving the NFL. Right?
That's me.
Then Jennifer Hudson said, well, let me get a piece of the pie. So she takes this, she gets on Instagram and she writes, growing up, I always knew I wanted to be a singer, but there's been so much about my career I could have never predicted. Making history as the first Black singer to grace the cover of Vogue magazine in 2007 was one of those moments for me. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Let's celebrate, make some noise, make more history.
Yeah, listen, the attention seeking is real. The one up. I'm about to one up.
Listen, hold on. It is 2023, right? 2007. Happy Black History Month. 16 years ago, I covered a magazine. But I was the first Black woman to do it. Y'all while y'all out here selling plasma and selling blood for Renaissance.
Oh my gosh.
Selling blood and plasma, trying to get Beyonce tickets. But I was the first Black singer.
Man, that's some attention. I don't get it. And these people are great at what do you want? What else do you want? You put out a good point though. I didn't look at it. Everybody trying to one up the next one.
Black History Month about to be lit. Y'all out here.
Somebody got to go get locked up now. You got to one up everybody. Just go fuck some shit up and get locked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I done got arrested.
Listen, I'm waiting on Krishan Rock and Blueface.
Man, listen, it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
But yeah, all right. So that was a little fun right there. Yeah. Speaking in other movie news, Jafar Jackson has been cast to portray his uncle, Michael Jackson, aka the King of Pop, in the forthcoming biopic directed by Antoine Fuqua. So congratulations to Jafar Jackson. So I had to look him up. Were you familiar with Jafar? You know Jafar?
Not until you. I like, it's so many of those Jackson kids. I was definitely not familiar with.
Because listen, when you was at 2300 Jackson.
Yes, remember how many it was then? And that was back then.
That was back then.
So let's double that. So let's triple that.
Okay. All right.
It's a whole community now.
So Jafar, for those of you who need a little genealogy, Jafar is the second youngest son of Jermaine Jackson. Yeah. So, so he will be portraying his uncle Michael Jackson, and we're gonna see how this goes.
It must shady because I'm like,
go ahead, because
I'm the brother that didn't like him. he got son go up portray. Forgive me, y'all. Allegedly,
someone else said that yesterday. They was like, it would go to the son of the one who didn't even like him. I was like, what?
See, shout out to whoever that is. Y'all was thinking like I'm thinking. I'm just saying, like, I
was like,
I thought it would have been one of not Tito. What's the ones that like one of 3T's kids, because they should actually have kids now that are probably
not 3T.
Never 3T. That was Tito's sons, right?
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, there it is. So yeah. So we have a music category. Karla, what's going on in music? Anything?
Nothing. I know, right? No, listen, not that I know right now. Oh, shout out to it's related to music, but shout out to NLE Choppa. For those who don't know, hip hop artist out of Memphis. he's actually he said he started skating, I think like during the George Floyd protest, but he actually said he wants to start an organization with everything going on with Tyre. He actually, it's going to inspire him to like take it serious, and any proceeds from his organization he wants to donate to Tyre's family.
Wow.
So I thought that
NLE Chopper?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I said. I kind of like how he's evolving. I mean, NLE Chopper had a sketchy beginning, but
I remember the day he caught your attention.
Oh, girl. Yes, ma'am. But we got to think a lot of our attention. But y'all know Twitter street, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I had to put that above any music, but I'm still kind of jumping around. I feel like there's so much new music out there that I really like. Girl, I still haven't really fully digested 21 and Drake, believe it or not. So I'm kind of like
21.
I'm kind of behind.
For me. It's something going on with me and Drake, and I haven't figured it out. Because Thank Me Later Drake, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas Drake.
Right. Yeah.
Was Take Care? No, Thank Me Later Drake.
Yes, Thank Me Later. That's my favorite. That honestly,
my goodness.
Thank Me Later was probably my favorite album.
Oh, hold on. Listen, hold on. I gotta play this for you. The chills that I get as soon as I hear this. Hold on. What did I say? As soon as I hear these chords, like I literally get goosebumps. Hold on. I'm gonna find it for y'all. All right, here we
got
go.
it. What you got?
Hold on. If I wasn't so god darn slow. All right. As soon as I hear these chords, listen. Come on. Be in the car.
What? Yeah, as soon as it dropped.
Oh, of course. And we love us some Drake now.
No, but next podcast I'll definitely have more input because it's a couple albums I need to. It's so much music. Like, remember at one time you had maybe 2, 3, 4 albums.
Yep. Hold on. Where my part at? Where my part at? There it is.
There it is.
Hold on. I gotta play it real quick. What's the name? Hold on. I don't need no mess. We talking over the track. Hey, listen. Hold on. Here it is. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Da, 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 da. Here we go. Here goes. Here we go. Ice cream conversations. They all want the school. Hey.
It's so funny. That's actually my text notification when you text me.
Oh.
That's serious.
I need to learn how to make that for myself.
Yes, it's girl. I'll show you.
Okay.
Look, I
you want to teach me how to Dougie?
As we done. Yes.
All right. Oh, well, speaking of music, so I know I gave Tom Brady this advice, but this is my new self-care. Yesterday, I was riding around in the car. I wasn't riding around. I took Destiny to dance, and I was on my way home. And on the way to take her to dance, I done found this Keith Sweat station on Apple Music. And they played all the 90s tunes, girl, all the 90s hot R&B jams. Yes. And so I'll be skipping through the fast ones because I want to be in my slow jam bag.
Yes.
But what I did was I put the car on high immersive sound and I put the bass up on ignorant levels. Oh, girl.
You was in there getting it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I should have been with you. I should have been shot.
Girl, trust me. When you get down here, it's on and popping. I was in the car from... What time? From 4:15 to 7 o'clock, just riding around listening to R&B slow jam.
Oh,
stuck in traffic.
In your meddy bag.
Road rage. No road rage. Just when songs would come on, I would just be like, "Oh, I was waiting for this one." Like, let's chill. Like right and the wrong way to love somebody.
Okay.
I'm side-eyeing you because you started out that song saying you may be young, but you're ready. I want to talk about that later. But yeah, so I was jamming. So for all my community, if you need some self-care, go back to 90s R&B music. It will really, really make you appreciate, that we experienced this thing compared to the R&B that we have now.
Oh, yeah. Is there R&B?
Oh, well. It's
thought it was all like a mashup of.
Yeah, it is. It's genre-less music. You're right.
Straight up.
Because you have people rapping in the middle of a slow jam. You like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But nothing his like, it never rains in Southern California.
Oh, girl, don't do that.
Listen, when Pooh's, I think, God bless her, because she had to literally sit through it. And she would just look over at me like, really? Because I was acting out music videos and everything. And just for the record, Aaron Hall, I'm going to go ahead and wrap today's show up but I just need to say this because we need to do like an R&B slow jam podcast.
Yes, we definitely
when R&B don't hit the soul the way that it used to. When Aaron Hall said, every time I lay at night, all I do is cry.
Yes.
I do love you, baby. I was in the car like, I miss you. Yeah. Whoa, you talking about, I know people riding past me was like, God bless her, whatever she going through. Because it looked like somebody had left me and I was going through it in the car because I ain't had nowhere to go. Oh my goodness. Like just the way people was pouring out their hearts.
Yeah, that was funny.
And nobody poured out their heart like Aaron Hall.
That was funny.
Think my tell you like, show me those pretty eyes. Please, baby, don't you cry. I was like, hold me all night long.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, man.
You stupid. Man, when you be feeling it, you be feeling it. Listen. He's in the zone.
Oh, listen, hold on. One more thing, because I know y'all like, you said we was going to go. But listen, y'all hear me out on this. Hold on. Because you know how we saw it. Another thing that I want to say about 90s R&B, the tracks. As soon as the track started, like you knew what type of time it was going to be.
Yeah.
By the track, the instrumentation. Because by the time I got the Troop, I was like, songs really had like a buildup. You had the music break so you could get your dancing in the beginning, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, y'all just don't understand. I'm in my R&B bag right now, and I'm not coming back.
Yeah, you are. Listen,
I'm not coming back. Where's that? Hold on.
The golden era.
As soon as you heard this, you knew what time it was.
Yes. Yeah. Begging. That's the first thing as soon as you hear, you be like, here come the begging.
Here come the begging. To make sure your drawers clean when you slide them out. All right, I got one more. And then I promise I'm gonna let y'all leave. All right, hold on. This one right here. Speaking of the music.
Oh my gosh. No, you didn't.
You already doing the Running Man.
Yes,
you already doing the Running Man.
But you're right. It is like that built like that. That's so funny. Yeah.
As soon as a track comes in, you know what time it is.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, dad. You're going to have me in my bag now, my R&B bag. I was already in my hip-hop bag like I've been telling y'all the last couple podcasts, but now I might have to slide over there to the R&B bag.
Come on.
Might have to slide over.
I was like telling Pooz, I was like, you listen. She's like, okay. I turned to her and then, so this is a funny thing I had to tell you. Every time John B came on, she would look at me and say, I can't believe this is a white man. I was like, baby,
that's how we all were before we actually
listen. I was like, he don't know it though.
Swore it was baby face. Yeah,
he don't know it though. He don't know. He don't know. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning into today's show, and thank you for indulging in the tomfoolery and shenanigans of Karla and myself. As always, we just welcome you to just subscribe and just comment on the podcast and rate the podcast and let people know why you enjoy listening. Karla, do you have any closing remarks?
Look, just the usual, y'all know, try to be kind, stay hydrated. And if your favorite team's sitting at home watching us, just know it's a Philly thing. It's just a Philly thing. That's all.
Boy, you better make sure the rest of them Philadelphia people stay in the damn stadium so they don't get no charges. You do not want them birds to be deplaning that they can't fly. But no, shout out to the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Shout out to all of our Philadelphia Eagles fans. And shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs fans, too. You know, we got to show them a little bit of love over there.
Yeah.
Over there.
Shout out to Kansas City. Yeah, they got a good team. Listen, great team, great coach. I actually like Andy Reid. So it's kind of one of those things, right? I don't like him more than the Eagles, but. You know.
Okay. There it is. All right. All right, guys. Well, we love you guys, and we'll see you next Wednesday. ICC.
We all we got.
Peace.
See ya.
Ice Cream Conversation. Ice Cream Conversation.